Democratic Senator Al Franken is among the growing list of those accused of making unwanted sexual advances towards women. Back in 2006, Franken, a comic at the time, embarked on a USO tour where he would perform comedy skits to entertain the U.S. service members. A woman by the name of Leanne Tweeden was on her 9th USO tour and was approached by Franken to play along in a skit, which she says were often full of sexual innuendos geared towards a young male audience. The skit involved a kissing scene, which Franken insisted they practice beforehand. Tweeden initially said no, but gave in after ever persistent Franken forced her hand. Tweeden described the incident as follows.
And he comes up and he grabs me and he puts his hand behind my head and he aggressively comes in and he mashes his mouth up against mine and he sticks his tongue in my mouth. And as it happens so fast and he puts his tongue in my mouth and his mouth is just wet and slimy. And to this day, I call him fish lips, okay?
Tweeden says that she avoided Franken for the remainder of the trip and tried to let the interaction go, although she admits she was still angry. However, it wasn't until Tweeden was looking through a CD of photos from the trip upon returning to the U.S. that she discovered that wasn't the only interaction she had with Franken, this one unknowingly.
They sort of take all these behind the scenes, pictures, and I open up my photo disc and it's, all the pictures from the tour. And I get to the pictures finally at the end, because they're sort of in chronological order. And the picture of me on the pictures of us on the plane ride coming home, I'm sitting there up against the side of the plane, asleep, still in my Kevlar helmet and my flak vest. And I see a picture, and there's a picture of me sleeping in my gear on the plane. And there's Al Franken literally in the photo grabbing my boobs with his hands as if he's grabbing my breasts and looking at the camera and smiling, laughing with this smirk on his face.
Meantime, MSNBC dismissed Franken's advances on the woman as, quote, not actually groping.
In a nutshell, she says she was on this USO tour that Al Franken wrote. He was a comedian then, not a senator. Wrote into the script that they should kiss, tried to get her to rehearse it. It was uncomfortable. She avoided him after that. And then he took a picture, which his office now says was a joke, that showed him potentially not actually groping, but mock groping her.
Following the allegations directed at Hollywood film director Harvey Weinstein, Franken released a statement writing, quote, it's important to remember that while his behavior was appalling, it's far too common.